Did you know that remote job postings are expected to grow by over 25% in 2030? But here's the crazy part. 70% of employers say they prefer candidates with at least one certification. Because in 2026, certifications aren't just that nice little thing to have. They're literally the shortcut company use to decide who can work autonomously from anywhere. And today, I'll be showing you the top 10 certifications to land remote jobs in 2026. We'll go over how much you'll actually earn and where you can get them. And these are actually paid options. I'm not gonna mention any expensive ones, so you can actually keep your money and save your bank. So without further ado, let's break down the top 10 certifications that remote companies are actually hunting in 2026. The first on the list is Certified Website Developer. This certification, what I must say, is perfect for web developers, content managers, and also freelancers. The estimated remote salary that you can actually get from this job is between $45,000 to even $90,000 in a year. And that is actually depending on your experience. And of course, where you can actually get this certification, you can actually get them from WordPress.org. They actually give you a bunch of free tutorials. And the paid one, you can actually apply for Udemy and also Coursera, but those are the paid ones. I would say that although you can actually get the free tutorials, I would highly recommend you to actually get the paid ones because those are much more recognizable, because they have like a bunch of free courses ranging up to 10 to even 50 courses that you can actually get from Coursera and also Udemy. But depending on the platforms, they might actually cost you $1. So just be prepared for that. And now for the big question, why does certified WordPress developer matter? Remote companies, they don't just need a website. They need a website that loads fast, never breaks, converts visitors into leads, and works across multiple languages and also time zones. And I must say, WordPress is like the backbone of the internet. So when anything goes wrong, and it usually does at the worst time, businesses need someone who can jump in without being micromanaged. A WordPress certification tells employers, you can trust me with that digital storefront. That level of reliability, what I must say, is very, very much valued in a remote company. The second on the list is Agile Project Management. And I'm pretty sure you've heard about this already, but let me explain it in a little bit more detail. This certification is actually great for ops role, PM assistants, and also coordinators. If you can get this certification, the salary you might expect is between $70,000 to even $110,000, depending on the experience that you have. And you can actually get this certification from APM Association. Well, you might actually need to pay some bucks there, or you can actually get them from Coursera Agile courses. It's very much free to audit. This certification will probably cost you about $200 to about $800. You can check the link down below for a much more updated information. This certification, what I must say, is crucial because when it comes to remote teams, their priorities shift very fast. There's often new clients, new deadlines, and new emergencies almost about every day now. And having the certification will actually tell to your client that your demand for the job that is very much to adapt and also very quick to learn and very, very flexible. Being agile isn't just a workflow. It's actually a survival system. And this APM certification proves you can adapt to rapid changes, communicate clearly without long meetings, and help teams deliver work consistently, even across continents. And this certification is valuable because it speaks volume. Companies can see that you're not joining to add another chaos, but you're actually there to organize things and to fix it. And getting the certification shows that you're one of those people. The third on the list is HubSpot Content Marketing Certification. This certification is suitable and perfect for writers, marketers, and also content creators. The salary ranges from $50,000 to actually $90,000 for content remote roles. And the certification is actually free. You can actually get that from HubSpot Academy. And why does the certification matter is that because content is how remote companies attract customers when they have no physical presence, like blogs, SEO, social media content. These are the sales team on what drives the revenue towards the business. This certification proves that you know actually how to create content with strategy behind it, not just some random contents here and there. It really shows that you can actually turn ideas into traffic and traffic into revenue. Yes, it's like a sales funnel and very much like an organic marketing, which is exactly what remote teams needs to stay profitable. The fourth on the list is Certified Customer Service Support Professional. I know it's a pretty long certification name, but let me get this straight. This is perfect perfect for customer support, SaaS support, and even success teams. The profit ranges from $35,000 to $70,000 in a year, depending on the company that you're working for. And you can actually get the certification from HDI or similar providers alongside that. Another place you can actually get that from is from Free CX Training. They actually give you the basic course. And if you were to pay for the certification, spend no more than $800 because the price for the certification is between $200 and $800. But let me tell you why this is actually important to spend that much amount of money. Remote customer service isn't like in-person support. You can't rely on tone, body language, or quick hallway certification. Everything depends on clarity, empathy, and mastery of digital communication tools. This certification tells employers that you can actually solve problems calmly, professionally, and also quickly, even when the customer is frustrated and you're thousands of miles away. In remote world, trust me, I've come across this. Communication, and a great communication is actually a really good service. The fifth on the list is actually my favorite. It's actually a Google Ads certification. When I was just beginning, I actually wanted to take this course, but I didn't. But let me tell you about it. This is perfect for marketers, for virtual assistants, for freelancers, and also ad specialists. The salary for the certification will probably get you $60,000 to even $120,000 or more. And this is for remote ad managers. And you can actually get this certification for free by learning it in Google Skillshop. It costs you nothing at all. And why this certification was my favorite and why it actually matters for you trying to work remotely, because remote companies, they survive on digital revenue. And Google Ads, what I must say, is often the biggest growth engine. But here's the catch. Ads are expensive. So when a company hires someone to manage their campaigns, they're actually trusting them with real money. This certification actually tells the employers that you're someone that they can trust on because they actually know how to run ads that don't waste. So instead of you trying A/B testing here and there, they entrust you because you have that certification. This certification will tell your employee that you're someone who can run ads that don't waste budget, interpret data, and optimize campaigns without supervision, which is what your employers will actually thank you for. It tells them you're not just guessing. A/B testing here and there sounds great, but there's actually a strategy behind it. And this certification will actually make you stand out from the rest of the crowds. The sixth certification is Certified Human Resources Professional, or what we know it as CHRP. And this is perfect if you have a background in human resource just like me, for HR managers, recruiters, culture, and people ops. The salary for this certification typically range from $60,000 to even $100,000 or more, depending on the region that you're actually working in. And you can actually learn this type of certification and actually get this type of certification is from HRPA, which is a Canadian website, or SHRM in the USA, or anywhere in your local HR body, which will probably typically cost you around $300 to $700. Although this is not accurate, you can actually click the link down below so that you can get updated with the current information of the market. And why this certification matters for remote companies? Well, managing remote team is a different type of skill set. You are not longer working in a traditional company where you're just walking around, seeing how things are in the working environment, having quick desk chats here and there. Everything is done remotely, which means hiring, onboarding, performance reviews, conflict management happens through screens, and you might not actually have ever met the person face to face. This CHRP certification shows that you understand the modern HR systems that requires to keep a distributed team engaged, compliant, and also aligned. Companies can't afford culture breakdowns, especially when everybody is just work miles apart. This certification actually speaks volume that tells you you are someone that can actually hold a team together without requiring any physical presence. And the seventh on the list is Certified Social Media Marketing Professional. You might often wonder, hey, anybody can use social media these days right now, right? But why do you need a certification? Well, this certification is actually valuable if you're someone who is a creators, marketers, or also brand managers. If that's the career path that you're actually going for, this certification speaks volume. The typical salary range, if you get the certification, will probably be between $45,000 to even $95,000 or more, depending on your skills and also your portfolio. And you can actually get this certification and also learn the courses in Meta Blueprint, which is actually free, by the way, and Udemy if you actually want to learn more and pay. So it won't cost much much. I'll probably say it costs under $200. It's somewhere on the free side of things, depending on where you actually search the certification from, like the Meta Blueprint that I talked about. Or if you want to learn in Udemy, it will cost you probably around the $100 range. And why the certification matters, right? And going back to the basics, social media is actually the storefront of every brand. The content that they put in social media is actually where they build trust, generate leads, and also create a sense of community. And because algorithm change so fast these days, businesses need people who don't just post. They strategize, analyze, and also adapt. If you're hearing the words, hey, you just need to make content out there, sure, it can get you started, but personal branding of the brand is actually a crucial factor. And this is where the certification will actually come into place. This certification proves you understand the platform behavior, content psychology, and also growth strategy. And since remote brands actually rely entirely on digital visibility, your skills become mission critical. Number 8 on the list is Certified Information Privacy Professional, which is often known as CIPP. This is actually perfect and suitable for compliance, legal operation individual, or also tech teams. So if you're trying to actually land a remote job in the tech company, this certification will actually make you stand out. Privacy Certified Professional earns somewhere between $145,000 a year. Might seem shocking because that is actually quite a lot. It's just an average estimation. You can actually get more depending on the remote companies that you're working for. And to get this type of certification, you actually need to go to IAPP training, which you will then need to take an exam fee of $550. And the training is probably, what I must say, quite expensive because the certificate is actually very, very important and will cost you about $1,000. But let me tell you this straightforward. With high salary comes high expensive certification. It's just how the market is right now. And the certification is such an important certification nowadays, especially for tech remote companies, is because when teams are global, data is global, and that creates legal risk. One mistake in handling customer data can cost companies millions and millions of dollars. Now, the CIPP certification tells employers you understand GDPR, international data transfer, and compliance frameworks that keep the company safe. So instead of them trying to pay millions of dollars in one simple mistake, they'll probably pay a quarter of that to someone who can manage that amount of money and also data. In a remote first world, privacy isn't optional. It's actually a competitive advantage. And I'm pretty sure that if you trust a software with your data, you'll actually keep and going into that same type of software because it cares about your privacy. And that's what a lot of VPN companies promote their product. And because of that, this certification says you're someone who can protect the business, not just support it. Number 9 on the list is Certified Scrum Master, or what we often call it as CSM. It's perfect for PMs, and I'm pretty sure a lot of PMs have said this before, team leads, and also coordinators. And remote Scrum Masters earns around $118,000 in a year, just a tad bit below CIPP certification. And to get the certification, you actually need to go to Scrum Alliance. It costs between the range of $450 to even $1,200 depending on the trainer. And this certification actually matters because remote teams rely on structure to stay productive, and Scrum is actually that structure. Scrum Masters actually will help team get aligned, motivated, and also focused, even when everyone is scattered across different time zones. This certification will actually prove that you know how to run stand-ups, manage sprint, unblock team members, and facilitate a smooth communication. Essentially, you're like someone who keeps the entire remote team engine running. What I would say, you are the heartbeat of the company, and companies love that. The last on the list is Project Management Professional, which is often called PMP. This is perfect if you want to become someone like a senior PMs, operation leads, or cross-functional remote manager. Now, Project Management Professional, or PMP, they actually earn 33% more than non-certified peers. That's why this certification is actually a must-have if you want to grow your career ladder into that senior PMs, operation leads, or cross-functional managers. Because the average salary could actually be $120,000 or more. I've heard a lot of my peers saying that it's actually more than that. But yeah, this is just the average. And you can actually get the certification from PMI Training Partners, Coursera PMP Prep, which will cost you some money. Now, the exam fee is between $405 to $500 $655. And the training will probably cost you around $300 to even $1,000 depending on the provider that you choose. And why does PMP matters? PMP is the global gold standard. It tells the employee that you don't just manage tasks, you manage budget, risk, people, deliverables, and multi-phase project with confidence. In a remote environment, this is actually priceless. A PMP certified professional can lead cross-functional teams, plan timeline, navigate setbacks, and keep everyone moving together, even if their oceans part. If the remote companies have actually a dream hire badge, PMP would be it. So here's the truth. Remote companies, they don't just hire the best talent, they hire the best documented talent. Imagine if you're a recruiter and you open 2 resumes, right? And only one shows a PMP, CSM, CIPP, or even a HubSpot certified. Guess who wins? Or guess who you would choose? Not the most experienced person, the most proven person. Certification is like your shortcuts to actually stand out instantly, especially in a global talent pool. Combine that with proven experience, and voila, you're already earning a lot more and you're standing from the rest of the crowds or dozens of applicants out there. So just to recap, here are the top 10 certifications that will hopefully land you a remote job in 2026. And by hopefully, you still need to actually put your resumes out there, although you already have the certifications. The first one on the list is PMP. The second on the list is CSM. The third on the list is CIPP. The fourth on the list is Certified Social Media Marketing. The fifth on the list is CHRP. The sixth on the list is Google Ads. The seventh is Customer Service Support. 8 is HubSpot Content. The ninth on the list is Agile PM. And number 10 is WordPress Developer. Each one gives you a competitive edge. Some even come with the free learning options. With that said, that's the end of the video on the top 10 certification that will actually help you get a remote job in 2026. This certification is proven that will actually get you hired and stand out from the rest of the crowd, boost your confidence level, and actually increase your paycheck. But now it's your turn. I actually want you guys to comment in the comment section down below. Which certification are you trying to pursue next? I actually look down in these comments and reply to all your comments so that if you guys have any questions, I will probably make another separate video after this. But yeah, I'm Aggie Steven. I make videos on remote job careers, remote job tips, and also tools that can actually boost your productivity. And some of the videos I make is about side hustles that can actually earn you some extra income. This is it from me. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, comment down below. That is it from me. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. No.